All right. So last time we were talking about time value of money, and it's really easy to compute for time value of money problems using Excel. We're not going to use any calculator kasi guys, meron naman tayong technology, meron tayong Excel, and it really facilitates computations of time value of money problems, especially difficult ones. No? Mas madali mag-compute pag Excel ang ginagamit natin. Okay, so we were talking about annuities last time. Sabi natin yung annuities, ano yan, uniform stream of cash flows. Kailangan guys, naintindihan natin kung ano yung annuity. We have two kinds. It can be annuity ordinary, which means that the cash flow begins at the end of the period. And annuity due, meaning that the cash flow begins immediately. Okay. So we also learned last time about equivalences, no? Yung cash flow equivalences. Kunyari, for example, this one. We looked at this problem last time, and we said that an annuity of 100 for X number of years has an equivalent present value. It also has an equivalent future value. Okay, so that when you solve problems, make sure that you don't key in erroneously yung mga details, no? Okay, kasi kunyari ito, no? Saan ba tayo natapos last time? Okay, this one, right? Solving for an annuity. Here we're given the present value or the future value. These are equivalences. Itong dalawa, these are equivalent cash flows. So it doesn't mean, okay, so let me just write there. So, okay, ito, so yung 282,807, no? If you're going to invest that for 30 years, 30 years to, at 10% interest, that is equivalent to 4,934,820. Okay, equivalent yan, guys. Okay, it's not as if you get 282 now and then you get also 4,934 after 30 years. Tapos, na-compute din natin to, no, yung 30,000. Sabi natin, yung 30,000 yan, equivalent yan sa 282 ngayon or 4,934 in the future. 30,000 annually received for 30 years is equivalent to 282,807 now, assuming that the rate of return interest rate is 10%. Or, yung 30,000 na yan, annually for the next 30 years, okay, is equivalent to 4,934 at the end of 30 years. So just take note of the equivalences, no? Kasi baka magkamali tayo dun sa paggamit natin ng mga cash flow na yan when we're solving problems. Okay, now let's go here. Okay, so pinapasolve sa atin yung N. N is the number of years. Okay, so how do we interpret this? We're given that you have an annual payment of 30,000. Okay, how many number of years do you have to do this to annually deposit or annually invest? If the rate of return is 10% and the future value is 4,934. Okay, so take note again of the equivalences, no? Yan, ulitin ko ha. So sabi daw dito, kasi parang dalawang two ways to do this. Kasi alam natin yung present at future value. So 30,000 daw, 30 hanggang mali. Tama, 30 pala. So dito ko lalagay 30,000. So this is beginning 1, 2, sorry for my writing, 3, and then year 29 and year 30. Ito yung timeline natin, guys. This is our timeline. Year 1, 2, 3 hanggang year 30. And then the cash flow is 30,000 hanggang year 30. So the question here is, okay, hindi natin alam yung 30 na to, 30 years. We don't know this. This being asked. Ilan daw to? So that your future value is 4934. 4934,820. Or you can view it this way, magkano yung 30,000 for the next 30 years at 10% interest so that it's equivalent to 282,807 now. Okay? So that's the gist of this problem. So I'm going to give you 1 minute, guys, to compute for the number of years. Okay? We know, guys, that it should be 10 years, no? Kasi we know that it's 30 years. Kasi ito yung problem na yun eh. No? Binago lang natin kung ano yung unknown. So how do you compute for the number of years? What should be the function we're going to use in Excel? Anyone? Anong function to? Kasi last time, napag-aralan natin yung FV, PV, PMT, pinag-aralan na rin natin. Ano to, guys? Anong function to? Equal to? Pipili lang tayo dun sa mga ano natin, sa mga functions natin. Kunyari, naghahanap tayo ng FV, no? Ano ba yung mga andyan dyan? Okay, may sumagot. Yes, correct. Thank you, Charmaine. It's N per. So sige nga, I'm going to give you 1 minute. Okay, is equal to N per. Okay. Paki-solve, guys. Okay, timer starts now. Go. Gamitin nyo, guys, yung PMT, ah. Okay, I think I saw an answer here. Yeah, correct. 30. We expect 30, no? Okay. 30 ba nakuha nyo, guys? I'm getting 30. I expect some questions from you. I expect some, maybe may confusion. Kasi usually talaga nagkakaroon ng confusion dyan. Expected ko yung 100%, guys. Meron bang hindi na? Yeah, correct. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Thank you for your honesty, Hans. Thank you. Christian, thank you. Okay, I was expecting that. Meron pang iba na magko-comment na nag-error sila? Yeah, thank you. Charles, thank you. Christian, thank you. Same problem, Charles. Good, good. Okay, gusto ko sana yung iba yung mag-comment din kung nakuha nyo o hindi nyo nakuha. Really, salamat. No? Salamat. So, most probably, guys, most of you, if not all of you, unless you're already familiar with this, magkakaroon talaga ng error. No? Sige, gawin natin. I-dictate nyo nga sa akin, guys. Sige, is equal to N per. Okay. Ano yung rate natin, guys?
10%, sir.
10%, thank you. Kama? Ano yung PMT natin?
Yung 30,000.
30,000. Okay. Kama? Tapos ano yung PV natin?
The 282,807.
282. Okay. Kama? Ano FV natin?
493,482.
Do I put this, guys? Do I put that? Okay. Thank you, Trisha. Okay, guys. Hindi, ah. Okay, hindi. Dito papasok yung concept ng equivalences, no? Okay. So, bakit hindi? Okay, balikan natin, no? So, kung ginamit ko na, guys, yung present value, okay, So what I'm now saying here is that yung 30,000 ko is equivalent to 282,000 now. Yun na yun. Equivalent na sila. No? Pag linagay ko pa yung future value dito, ay ibig sabihin nun, parang may additional pa na cash flow. No? which is not really the case. Ang cash flow lang natin talaga, 30,000, which is equivalent to 282. Or, sabi ko, 30,000, which is equivalent to yung 4934, 820. So kung gagamitin natin yung present value, wag na natin gagamitin yung future value dun sa equivalence. Otherwise, mamamali talaga yung answer natin. No? Okay, so let's, balikan ko to ha. So, PMT is B49. What's your present value? 282. So kung gagawin mo si 282 na equivalent siya ni 30,000, wag na natin gagamitin si FB. So we can just close this here, no? Or sabi ko nga, kung gusto niyo gamitin si si FB, wag niyo gagamitin si PV. 4934 lang 'yan, no? 4934. Yan. So that's the way to go about it. Now, hindi na natin pinakialaman yung type kasi hindi naman wait, sorry. Tama. Kailangan din natin ilagay yung type. Ano yung type natin? Anong klaseng annuity to, guys? Anyone? Anong klaseng annuity to? May sinabi ba kung anong klase siya?
Wala, sir.
Wala. So pag walang sinasabi, yeah, correct. Thank you, Christian. No, ang natin, ang assumption is dapat ordinary yan, no? So kung ordinary siya, end of the period, so 0. Okay, let's run this. Control Enter. Okay, bakit num? Bakit error, guys? Anyone? Okay, kaya siya nag-error kasi ganito, no? Okay, ulitin natin ulitin natin yung natin, pag-input. Rate is 10%, comma, PMT is 30,000, comma, let's use PV. If PMT, guys, is 30,000, what should be the direction of PV? Answer? Si annual payment natin positive. Ano si present value? Dapat, Dapat, may nag-answer, let's see. Yes, correct. Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you, Hans. No? You're correct. Kasi, ginawa mong positive si annual payment. So, ang ibig sabihin yan, tumatanggap ka every 30 years. So, dapat yung present value mo, yung equivalent yan. Sorry, wait. Let me just drink water. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So dapat yung natin, yung PV natin, that should be opposite. Sabi natin, di ba, very sensitive sa Excel dun sa direction ng cash flow. Okay, hindi pa pwedeng parehong positive. Kasi ang sinasabi mo kay Excel, ilang years na makakatanggap ako ng 30,000 every year. Tapos, makakatanggap pa rin ako ngayon ng 282. Walang ganong klaseng transaction. So one of them has to be negative. So if we put negative yung present value, ibig sabihin nun, magpapasok ka ng pera ngayon na 282, tapos every year makakakuha ka ng 30,000 for the next 30 years. For this kind of an investment where the return is assuming guaranteed yung 10% na yan. So if we run this, 30 nga, no? It will take 30 years. So the lesson here, guys, is be very careful about the direction of the cash flows. Pwede naman tayo mag-assume. Kasi kung i-negative natin itong 30,000, ibig sabihin tayo yung nagbabayad every year ng 30,000 for the next 30 years. So, B47 dapat positive. Parang loan siya. No? Nag-loan tayo ngayon, nakakuha tayo ng 282,807. Tapos in the next 30 years, magbabayad tayo ng 30,000. Okay, so that will also give you 30. Any questions, guys? Paki-chat nga, guys, sa chat box kung clear. Okay, let's make sure that we got that. Okay, thank you. Thank you. The rest, guys, may mga questions ba? Okay, salamat ha. I appreciate you guys for giving me feedback kung naintindihan o may question. Alright. This time, let's see guys kung pareho lang. Ang gamitin naman natin si future value. Okay? Could you kindly do that? And let's see kung ang gamitin natin yung isang equivalent, yung 4934, kung pareho lang guys ng 30. Okay, sige. Kindly do that. Enter. Rate is 10%, comma. PMT is 30,000, comma. Let's not use the present value, but the future value. Sige nga, guys. And tell me if you got 30 years also. Okay, good. Good. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yan. Same. 30 years then, no? So take note guys of the equivalencies. Ha? Si 30,000 every year for the next 30 years at 10% is equivalent to 282,807 now. Or it's also the same, thank you. Thank you guys for the feedback. Or it's also the same as 4,934,820 after 30 years. So ganun lang yun, ha? Ganun. We'll get the same answer. Okay, so balik ako dito. I have to put here negative 4982. Negative dapat siya kasi positive yung PMT natin. Or pwede kong ginawang negative to, dapat positive yung yung future value. Okay? Alright, for this one, I'll give you 1 minute, guys, to determine the annual rate. Okay, given tayo ng 30,000 na cash flow every year for 30 years, tapos either gagamitin natin isa dito, either yung present value or yung future value, to know the rate. Anong rate ang equivalent yan? So, is equal to rate. Okay, sige nga guys, kindly do that. And kindly indicate sa chat box kung ano yung nakuha nyong rate. Okay. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Charmaine. Okay. Okay, the rest, did you get 10%? You should be getting 10% kasi parehong problem lang yan. Iniba lang natin kung ano yung mga unknowns. No? Thank you, Charles, 10%. Hans, thank you. The rest? May sagot ba? Okay, let's give a few more seconds to the rest to to key in their answer at the chat box. Okay, thank you, Kyla. Okay, Lili mo palang nag-answer. Ibig sabihin, guys, out of the 30 plus, iba hindi pa gumagawa. Okay, thank you, Gerard. Thank you, Carlos. Okay. Okay, sana iba sumusunod din, guys, no? Kasi importanteng nag-hands-on tayo dito. No? Thank you, Madeline. Okay. Thank you, Gab. Thank you. Trish, thank you. Julius, Karen. Okay, good. Good. All right, so 10%, no? 10% nga yung answer. So let's just do this. Okay, let me just acknowledge the others who also answered. Reese, Karen, okay, thank you. Rate, susundalan naman natin guys yung syntax. NPER is 30, comma, PMT is 30, comma. So we can use the equivalency na present value. So dapat negative si present value. Or kung gagamitin natin si FV, wag natin gagamitin si PV, pero negative din dapat si FV. Okay? Comma, FV, ignore kasi wala namang, ang ginamit nating equivalence na future value. And then also, end of the period, this is an annuity ordinary. Okay. Notice guys, kung ginawa nating annuity due, 1 sa dulo, what will happen? Higher interest rate. Di ba? Kasi technically guys, you're getting the money now. No? You're getting the money now, so you're actually receiving a greater interest rate if it's annuity due. Okay, now we go here to the next exercise. We have here an uneven cash flow stream. Okay, so unfortunately guys, nalagay ko na pala yung answer ko dito. No? Dapat nakalimutan kong ibura. No? Okay, so tingnan na lang natin since andito na naman siya. The question was, this is similar to the question I asked before. Are you willing to accept an investment where you pay 9,000 now and you get this stream of cash flows, 1,000 after 1 year, 2,000, 3,000, and by the end of the 5th year, meron kang 5,000? If you were asked that question, how will you answer? Now, of course, we learned before that you should not add those cash flows. Hindi natin pwedeng i-add, kunyari, alt equal to, okay. We can't add them and say, okay, ang net natin 6,000. 9,000 yung yung outflow, tapos 15,000 yung inflow. Ito. If you add this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 15,000 and it's greater than 9,000, which is the outflow. Sabi natin mali yun, di ba? Bakit? Bakit mali yung ganong klaseng proseso? Anyone? Could you chat? Or could you unmute yourself? Why is that wrong? Why can't we just add those cash flows? Any volunteer? Any answer, guys? Bakit? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kristen. No? Because this will violate the time value of money principle. No? Na ang pera may cost yan. Kaya ang 1,000, hindi mo pa pwedeng i-add sa 2,000 yan after 2 years, etc. We learned about that before. So what do we have to do, guys? What we have to do is to convert it into a certain time frame. Pwede natin i-convert sila lahat ngayon, or pwede natin i-convert lahat sila after 5 years, or pwede nga natin i-convert lahat sila at the end of the 2nd year. Pwede yun. Any time frame, guys. So let me illustrate that. No? Para clear yung concept na yun. Sandali Let me just, dito na lang ako ang susulat. Okay. We have this cash flow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1K, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Sorry for my very illegible handwriting. Okay, sabi natin, you cannot add 1,000 with 2,000. Hindi pa pwede, no? Ma-add lang natin yan kung lahat natin sila ipupunta sa isang reference frame. Kunyari, lahat ito, gawin natin, kunin natin yung value niya at this point in time. Yan. So what we're actually doing is getting the present value. Magkano si 5,000 now? Magkano si 1,000 now, etc. So once we have converted them into the present values, then we can add them. Pwede rin natin silang dito ilagay, no? Yan. Hindi tama din yun, guys. You can put them all here, sorry sa time 5. So ibig sabihin, magkano si 4,000 at this point? Okay, at this point, magkano yung mga yan, no? Okay? Si 5,000 kasi andyan na, no? So we can add all these cash flows pag andito sila. Or you can even You can even use this as your reference. Magkano si 1,000 dito sa point na to? Obviously, si 2,000, yan na yan kasi andito sa point na to eh. Si 3,000 magkano, si 4,000, etc. So you get the point, guys. We cannot just add cash flows, okay, that belong to different time periods. Dapat pare-pareho sila. So dito ang ginawa natin, tingnan natin yung formula. Okay. Dito guys, if you take a look at this one, may mga binigyan na tayo ng names dito, no? Okay, where's PV? If I click this PV, ay, yung last time yata to, no? Okay. So itong 10%, may pangalan siya, WAC. What's the meaning of WAC, guys? Recall yung WAC, ano ibig sabihin ng WAC? Weighted Average Cost of Capital. We're going to meet that, guys, siguro in the next week when we deal with capital budgeting. Kasi si WAC, very important yan. Yan yung rate of return na ginagamit ng company para malaman kung ang isang investment ay acceptable o hindi. No? It's the rate of return, average rate of return that companies use in order to evaluate whether a particular project or investment is acceptable or not. You recall yung ROIC natin? Okay? Kung yung ROIC greater than WAC, then that's good. So, tingnan natin dito, how do we compute for the present value? Magkano yung 9,000 ngayon? So, we expect this. No? Sige, ganito gawin natin, guys. Iburahin natin to. Let's erase that. Is equal to. So, let's put the negative there so that hindi magbabago yung parehong sign pa rin. No? So, that's PV. Okay. What's our rate? Our rate is WAC, yung 10%. So, I can either type W. So, pag tinype ko yung W, makikita ko na siya kagad dito, yung WAC. Tab. Okay, sorry. Okay, W. Okay. Then, since naka-highlight na, itatab ko na lang, no? Tab. So, yan si WAC natin. Okay, next. NPER, guys. NPER. We're taking a look at 9,000, ha? Ano yung NPER niya? NPER niya is ito, 0. No? How many years from today? 0 siya. Okay, comma. What's the PMT? We have no PMT. Take note, this is not a uniform stream of cash flows. No? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Iba-iba yan. And also, ang kinukuha lang natin na present value, yung negative 9,000. Single cash flow lang yan. No? So, walang PMT. And the future value is itong 9,000. So we can ignore the type, control enter. This is what we get. Ang ibig sabihin yan, guys, yung 9,000 now, ang present value niya 9,000 kasi ngayon yan eh. Okay, so we can now copy this down. Okay. Yan. So what do this mean, guys? Mga present value na to. Okay, ang ibig sabihin nito na yung 1,000 after 1 year is equivalent to 909 if the rate of return is 10%. Okay? Itong cash flow na to na makukuha pa after 5 years, magkano siya ngayon? 3,104.61. Okay? All right. Now, can we add this now? Pwede na ba natin matawag to? Ma-add, guys, lahat ng mga to? Paki-chat nga, guys. Paki-answer sa chat box. Can we add all of them? Okay. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Christian. Bakit pwede nang i-add? Kasi lahat sila present values na. So lahat sila nakapeg na sa time 0. Since they are now all present values, then we can alt equal to, yung alt equal to, guys, shortcut para instead of typing is equal to sum. Okay. So this is the amount. So, ano yung amount na to? This is the net amount, di ba? Sinama natin lahat ng mga present values. Ang tanong, acceptable ba itong project na to? Okay. If you're the FIN, if you're the CFO, pwede bang acceptable ba yan na mag-i-invest ba tayo sa project na to given the cash flows? Answer please, yes or no? Okay, answer. Okay, yes, thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Correct, guys. Yes. Bakit? Kasi, yung net natin, nung sinama natin lahat ng cash flows, both the outflows and the inflows, inad natin lahat ngayon, kasi pwede natin i-add kasi parehong time frame, then you have a positive result, then okay siya. Okay? Tapos guys, I'll leave you as an exercise to get the future value of each. Tapos tingnan nyo, pag in-add nyo, tapos kung positive din yung future value, okay yung project. So dapat pareho yan, ha? Kung sa present value okay, dapat sa future value okay din yan. They should agree with the result. Hindi pa pwedeng okay sa present value, yung sum, tapos hindi okay sa future value. Okay? Pwede ba nating i-add din yung future values? Yes, guys, kasi pinepeg natin siya sa year 5, at the end of year 5. So since they will be pegged at the end of year 5, pare-pareho sila, it can be added. Okay, so I leave that to you as an exercise. Now, I want to discuss this with you. Ito, NPV. This is your net present value. Net present value. Okay. Ano ibig sabihin ng net present value? As the name suggests, guys, it's net. No? Ibig sabihin, may mga inad tayo at saka sinabtract. So the formula for your NPV is this one. Sum of the present value of cash inflows, okay? And then dito, sum of the present value of your cash outflows. So OF there means outflows. Ito, inflows, no? Okay? Present value. Present value of cash inflows, present value of cash outflows. Okay, again, take note guys that here, what's being considered is cash flow. Pag nag-i-evaluate ng projects, ng investment, ang kino-compute guys yung cash flow, hindi yung profit. Wala kang makikita ang capital budgeting na ang kino-compute na present value yung profit. We don't do that. What's being considered is the cash flow. Okay, kaya nga sabi natin dati, di ba? Cash is king. Alright, so number one, ano yung summation ng present value of cash inflows? Okay, so ito yun. Ito ba guys, asa yung present value natin? Ito, di ba? Ito yung mga present value natin. Okay. Ito inflow, 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 inflow. Inflow kasi positive siya. So pag sinam natin yan, okay, so that's the summation of the present value of your cash inflows. Okay, and then what's the sum of the present value of your cash outflows? Isa lang yun. Isa lang yung outflow natin na present value. No? Yan lang. So ito yung inflows natin, present value, 10,652. Ito yung outflows natin, 9,000. So dito, kitang-kita natin guys na okay yung project natin kasi mas malaking present value ng cash inflows as against the present value of your outflows. So isam lang natin to, you'll get the same answer. Ayan, yung 1,652. Ito yan. Okay? And then, the term that we use to call yung present value of cash inflows minus the present value of cash inflows, we call it the net present value. Net present value. Okay? Yun ang tawag dyan. So, remember that guys. No? Remember yung net present value. Present value, well, alam natin kung ano ibig sabihin ng present value. Net, ibig sabihin, pinagsasama natin lahat ng mga present value ng outflows at saka present value ng inflows. Okay, sabi natin, if the net present value is positive, if NPV is greater than 0, okay, project is acceptable. Okay? If NPV is positive, then the project is acceptable. Now let's go here and let's learn from Excel. Okay, paano natin na-compute si NPV? Kinuha muna natin yung present values, di ba? Okay, actually, pwede na natin hindi diretsuhin. Pwede na natin hindi gawin to. Pwede na natin diretsuhin using the NPV function. NPV. So there's a function in Excel called NPV. Okay, pero tingnan muna natin to ah. Let's read what this says. The NPV function of Excel says it returns the NPV of an investment based on a discount rate. Okay, so may discount rate tayo yung WACC. And a series of, okay, anong sabi dyan guys? Series of what? Ano yung word? Series of what? Hello? Series of, paki-unmute na lang kung sakali. Para future payments, no? Okay, future payments. So, ang ginagawa ni R, okay, dapat future yung payments natin. Okay, so ano yung rate natin? Ang rate natin is the WACC. Saan ba yun? Saan ba yung WACC natin? Ito pala. So that's the WACC, comma. What are our values? Tinatanong ni Excel, ano ba yung mga values nyo? Okay, so yung mga values natin, we do not include this, guys. We will not include 9,000 kasi ang sabi ni Excel, dapat future. So magsisimula tayo dito sa 1,000 na to. Okay, kasi kung sinama natin guys kung sinama natin tong 9,000 na to, yan, subukan natin ha. Yan. Sige, let's see if we get the same answer. Control enter. Oh, iba, no? So mali yung paggamit natin ng formula. Kasi nga guys, sabi ni Excel, future cash flows ang tinitingnan ni NPV. So dapat ito 'yon. Future, so dapat magsisimula sa year 1 hanggang year 5. Okay. So, ano to ngayon? Enter. Does this look familiar, guys? Ano yan? Does it look familiar? Okay, yes. Ito yon, no? Yung present value of your cash inflows. Pero hindi yan ang gusto natin. Ang kailangan natin itong 1652. What we need is the 1652. So how do we adjust this? So, yung present value ng future cash flows, ito, then we have to add the present value of your times 0. Yan. That will now give us the correct net present value. Okay, so pause muna tayo. A few seconds, paki-check. Paki-ano nga guys, paki-chat kung okay yung answers nyo. Did you get 1652.59? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yung iba, guys. So let's give a few more seconds to the others to try to complete their answers. Thank you. Thank you. Hans, thank you. Christian, Madeline, thank you. Charles, thank you. Okay, iba. Hintay ko lang ng konti para makopya niyo yung answer. Malikay, thank you. Okay. So let's proceed, guys. So if I got 1652. Okay, so that's the faster way to compute for your net present value. Remember, if you are asked a question like this, okay, if you're asked a question like this, should we invest here? Given ka ng initial investment, tapos future cash flows, given ka, madali yan, no? If you know the rate of return, always compute for the NPV, net present value. Okay, there's also another way to answer this. It's called the IRR, which is the internal rate of return. That's IRR. Okay, how do we compute for the IRR? Si IRR, straightforward siya. IRR. Sabi, returns the internal rate of return for a series of cash flows. IRR, values. Yung values, ito, kasama lahat. No? Okay, dito tama si Microsoft eh. Kanina sa NPV, mali siya eh. Okay. Then guess, just ignore the guess, no? Okay. So what do you get, guys? Did you get 15.47%? I hope you did, guys. Kasi ito yung internal rate of return. No? Ang ibig sabihin nito, guys, ito yung return ng project. So is this acceptable? Acceptable ba siya? Okay, let me see. Yes. Yes, acceptable siya. Bakit? If IRR is greater than the WACC, no? Yun ang basis dyan. Thank you. Thank you for your answers, guys. You're correct. Yes. Kasi, ilan ba yung WACC? 10%, no? 10% si WACC. Si IRR, 15.47%. So, mas malaki si IRR kaysa kay WACC, then acceptable yung project. Now, there are certain instances when the net present value is conflicts with your dali lumaki yung decimal place. There are certain instances when the net present value is conflicts with the IRR. In other words, sabi ni NPV, yes, okay yung project. Sabi ni IRR, hindi okay yung project. What do you think, guys? Sino masusunod? Pakichat nga. Question, may conflict si NPV at saka si IRR. Sabi ni NPV, go with the project kasi greater than 0 yung NPV. Sabi naman ni IRR, no, don't push through with the project kasi yung IRR natin less than WACC. Okay. Who do you think should we follow? Sino masusunod, guys? Answer? Okay. Thank you for the Hans, thank you sa pagsagot ha. However, ang masusunod, guys, lagi si NPV. Always, no? Always masusunod si NPV. Okay, why? Kasi, guys, may fundamentally may differences sila sa pag-compute, no? And si IRR, may mga assumptions siya bago ma-solve yan. May mga assumptions siya na medyo let's say sabihin natin masyadong strict, no? Na hindi na medyo realistic. So, I'll just leave it at that muna, no? Kasi didiscuss lang natin in greater detail yan pagpunta natin sa capital budgeting. So, just remember that if the NPV and the IRR conflicts, it's always the NPV that prevails. Okay? Alright, so good yun. Dito wala naman tayong problema kasi as per NPV, okay. As per IRR, okay. Then, push through with the project. Alright. So, dito naman, guys, oftentimes, yung pag-compute ng interest is not annual. Minsan, kadalasan annual siya. Minsan, the interest could be computed twice a year, so semi-annual. So, minsan, 4 times a year, quarterly, bi-monthly, monthly, which means 12 times kino-compute yung interest, or bi-weekly, weekly, and even daily. No? And there's even such a continuous compounding perpetuity. Okay, so the exercise here is is to determine, guys, kung magkano yung magiging future value natin. Ang investment natin, 30 years tayo, no? 30 years tayo mag-i-invest, tapos 10% interest per annum to. Ang binibigay usually, guys, na yung stated rate or yung nominal rate, annual yan. No? Pag nagbigay ng rate, usually annual yan. Unless sinasabi yan na 5% na semi-annual rate. But usually, pag mga transactions, pag nagbigay ng rate, automatic annual yun. So what happens to our future value if the compounding is 1 year, 1 period per year? Ibig sabihin, isang beses lang sa isang taon magko-compute ng interest. Ito naman, 2 times a year. Okay. Before we answer this, ano mas gusto nyo? Pareho lang ba kung yung interest kino-compute once a year or kino-compute siya 12 times a year, monthly? Sa tingin nyo, guys, sino mas favorable para sa para sa investor? Pag nagkaroon ka ng investment offer, for example, sabi 10% per annum. Tapos yung isa naman, 10% per annum, okay? 10% compounded monthly. Sino mas maganda doon? Answer? Annual? Okay, thank you, Christian. Okay, however guys, mas maganda yung mas maraming compounding per year. So, kung monthly compounding guys, reference frame na ano to ng reference frame ng investor So nag-invest tayo ng pera, mas gugustuhin natin, pinakagusto nga natin yung daily compounding. Kasi every day nagko-compute ng interest, tapos yung pera natin na may interest, the following day, ko-computein ulit ng interest. You see the compounding, no? Yung interest, nag-i-earn din ng interest. That's what happens here. So, mas maganda, kunyari kung monthly, so kunyari ngayon, January 1, pagdating ng January 31, ko-computein yung interest. Okay? Tapos, the following day, yung principal, yung ano natin, may kasama ng interest. Tumubo na ng interest. No? Tapos, ko-computein ulit at the end of February, may interest na naman. So, nagkakaroon ng interest yung interest natin. So, practically guys, ang pinakamaganda dyan sa periods per year dyan, yung infinite, yung perpetuity. Technically, ito yung pinakamaganda guys. No? Ito daily, ito perpetuity, walang hanggang pagko-compute ng interest. So, this is the best. So, una, ang gawin natin, using Excel, computing nga natin kung magkano yung present value natin ngayon na 1 million. Tapos, in 30 years time, how much siya if the rate of return is 10% and the compounding is 1 year. I want one formula here. One formula here, tapos i-copy down. Dapat makopy down Tapos dito, this will be a separate formula kasi iba yung formula nitong infinite. Okay? So, ang formula nga pala guys, ibigay ko yung formula ng ng infinite. So, hindi natin, pwede naman, pwede. Yung formula ng infinite, pakita ko na dito para masubukan yung gawin. For the infinite compounding ito, the future value is equal to the present value times e to the rt. Yan. Okay. I'll give you 1 minute guys. Pause ko muna sandali yung recording para wala masyadong lull. Pause. Remind nyo ka mamaya na i-resume ko. Okay. Did you get these answers? May I have a feedback from you? So, yes or no lang. And I want you to be honest. No if you didn't get the answer. Or yes if you got the answer. Paki-chat nga please. I would appreciate your honesty. It's okay naman kung hindi nakuha. But I just want to know kung nakuha nyo. Paki-chat na guys. If you got 17 million, tapos 20 million yung daily compounding. Kindly chat. Thank you. Thank you, Hans. No? Yung iba, guys, I just want to know if you got it or not. Okay, good. Okay, ibig sabihin ito, guys, opportunity to learn, no? Good. I'm happy with the feedback. Okay, salamat. Salamat sa feedback. Okay, so tingnan natin, guys, kung paano natin makukuha yung answer na to, no? Okay, let me delete. Okay. All right. So, tandaan natin guys na itong 1 million na invest natin ngayon, ilang beses magkakaroon ng interest to pag annual? Answer? Ilang beses magkakaroon ng interest? Isa. Correct. Kapag semi-annual guys, ilang beses magkakaroon ng interest? 2. Tama. Question. Yung 2 times na to, yung semi-annual, ilang percent ang gagamitin sa pag-compute ng yung unang interest? Okay, sabihin natin, so from January 1 up to June 30 magko-compute ng interest. Ilang percent guys yung gagamitin? Okay, correct. It's 5%, no? 5% yung gagamitin. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Charles. It's 5%. Bakit? Kasi, take note, 2 beses magko-compute ng interest. So, yung una, 5%. Yung pangalawa, 5%. Okay, so how did we do that? whatever the annual rate is, i-divide natin dapat yan kung ano yung periods per year para makuha natin yung interest for one specific period. Remember, pag annual, semi-annual guys, 2 times a year, so yung unang computation yan is 5%. No? Okay. Thank you, Charles. No? 5. That should be 10% divided by 2. No? So that's 5%. Pag quarterly naman, 10% divided by 4. Okay, yung 10% na yan for the whole year, paghahati-hatian yan ng mga periods. Okay, so you get the point, guys? So dapat, kung bi-monthly, 10% divide by 6 yung ano natin, yung interest. No? So let's do that. Is equal to negative FB. Yan. Ano yung rate natin? What's our rate? Diba? 10%, no? Pero yung rate na yan, 10%, magbabago yan, guys, depende dun sa period. Tama? Pag annual, 10%. Pag isang beses lang yung compounding. Pero, sabi natin kanina, paano kung semi-annual? E di dapat 10% divided by 2. So, ang gagawin natin dito, we will have to adjust for the periods per year. So, kung annual, 10% divided by 1, tama, 10%. And then, if we copy this formula down, 10% divide by 2 dapat, no? Okay, is there anything here I should fix sa formula natin? Is there anything here, guys? We should fix? Dapat i-fix natin tong B69. Kasi, di ba, for all the cases, ang annual rate, 10% lang, no? I'm going to press F4. Okay, i-fix na lang natin pareho. Okay, so that when we copy this formula down, it will become 10% divided by 2, 10% divided by 4, etc. No? Okay, comma. N per, guys, N per. N per. 30 years, no? Pag semi-annual, ilang beses magbibilangan ng interest? Pag semi-annual, 30 years yan, so dapat 30 times 2. Diba? 30 taon. Eh, bawat taon, 2 beses nagbibilang. So, dapat i-adjust din natin yung N per. Correct. Thank you, Madeline. It should be 60. No? So, paano natin i-adjust yung formula natin? So, the number of years, we should be fixing also. Naka-fix dapat to kasi pag kinapin natin yung formula, dapat hindi nagbabago itong mga to, no? And then, we multiply that by times the periods per year. Okay? Para pag kinapin natin siya, gagalaw yung frequency natin per year. Okay, and then comma, what is our PMT? Meron ba dito? May annuity ba to, guys?
Wala po, sir.
Wala, no? So, comma, present value. 1 million. Tapos anong gagawin natin sa 1 million? Fix din natin. No? Kasi dapat, pag kinapin natin yung formula, dapat andyan lang siya sa 1 million. Okay. Sige. Control-Enter. Control-Enter ko muna. And I'm getting 17,000. Okay, so, and then paki-chat, guys, if you got 17,000, 17 million pala. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Riz. Okay. Madeline, thank you. Okay. Yan, good. Good. Okay, 17,000, no? Okay, we copy this down. We expect the future value to be bigger, no? Yan, okay? So, ito pinapakita sa atin na kung semi-annual yung compounding, tas investor ka, syempre, mas maganda yan. Mas mataas yung future value. So, pag mas mataas yung future value, syempre, mas mataas din yung present value yan. Okay. So, pag daily compounding, guys, yun nyo, 20 million. That's what you get. For 1 million, after 30 years. Okay, 1 million after 30 years, yung pera mo will be 20 million 77. Okay, ito. Yung isa, ito mas ano pa, perpetuity to no? So using this formula is equal to, PV natin is 1 million times, naalala nyo yung E guys, exponential yan, no? EXP. E to the RT, so that's R. R is your rate multiplied by your T, 30. So that's what we get. So that's how we compute for the future value of a perpetuity of continuous compounding. Okay, what do you get, guys? It should be greater than yung daily. Did you get an amount greater than the daily? I'm getting 20,085. Okay? All right, thank you. Good. Good. So nakita natin guys na mas maganda from an investor perspective, siyempre mas maganda yung continuous compounding. Okay, there was a bank before, siyempre wala pa kayo nun, yung Bangko Filipino. Ito yung tagline nila, no? Araw-araw interest na interest. So they were doing daily compounding. Okay, so kung ikaw nga naman investor, pupunta ka sa bangko ng 1 million mo, natin for kahit 1 year lang, natin 1 year. Okay, ginawa kong 1 year to. No? Siyempre, magbabago yan. Yung in 1 year's time, yung 1 million mo, okay, kapag annual compounding lang, 1,100,000. If it's daily compounding, 1,105,155. No? So talagang mas mataas kasi yung frequency of compounding, that's the power of compounding. Okay? The more times you compound, the higher it will be. Okay. Now let's compute for the effective rate. Okay. Ano yung effective rate? What would be our effective rate? Kasi magkakaiba yung ano nito kanino mas mataas na interest, guys? Although ang nominal, ito yung nominal, no? Ito yung stated, ito yung nakalagay sa contract, no? Pero ang effective, sino mas mataas sa effective annual rate? Si semi-quarterly o si quarterly? Paki-chat nga, guys. Sino mas mataas na effective rate? Si annual or si semi-annual? Could you chat, please? Correct. Semi-annual. Bakit? Bakit? Yung 1 million mo ngayon, after 1 year, 1,102,000. Di ba? Kung semi-annual compounding. Okay. Kung annual compounding lang, yung pera mo, after 1 year, ginawa kong 1 to guys 1,102,000 lang. So, the more you compound, the higher the frequency of the compounding is, the higher will be your future value. Okay. Ang pinakamataas talaga, again, ito si continuous, no? Si perpetuity. Okay, so let's compute now for the effective rate. Kasi, kung tutuusin, magkaiba yung interest rates nila. No? Although ang nakalagay lang 10%, pero hindi actually. Ang tawag natin doon, EAR, Effective Annual Rate. No? So let's compute for that. Is equal to rate. Gamitin natin yung rate function natin. So ano yung N per natin? What will be our N per? So it's 1 year. No? 1 year. Fix natin yan kasi ikakopy natin pababa. PMT natin wala. PV natin is 1 million. Okay. Kama. Ano yung future value natin? Sorry, present value dapat natin i-fix din. Tapos what will be our future value? Do we know the future value? Guys? Yes, ito, di ba? Ito. And we don't fix C72 kasi gusto natin i-copy down yung formula. Okay, sandali Wait. Lagay ko lang dito. I forgot the function, guys. Sorry, hindi. Mamaya na. Nakalimutan ko yung function. But nagka-error tayo dito. Ulitin nga natin. So remember, guys, after 1 year, ang pera natin 1,100,100. Ito, 1,102,500. Di hamak na mas mataas to, di ba? So mas mataas yung interest yan. So i-compute natin rate. NPER natin is 1 year. I-fix natin to. Comma, PMT, walang annuity. May present value na 1 million. Okay. Fix natin. Comma. Future value natin, ano guys? Future value. Okay. Do I need to put something here? I'll wait for your reply, guys. Ano dapat ang ilalagay natin dito? Okay, let's see. Kailangan ilagay, no? Sorry, nag-ano yata tayo sa question. Sa future value, ilalagay natin to, di ba? Yan. Hindi natin siya kailangan i-fix. Yun yata sinasabi ni ano. Hindi kailangan i-fix. Which is correct. Hindi natin kailangan i-fix. Thank you, Hans. No need to fix. Kasi, in fact, dapat gagalaw siya, no? Pero what do we need to do here, guys? May kailangan pa tayong gawin dyan. Otherwise, magkakamali yung answer. Sige, gawin nyo, guys. Yan, ha? Okay. Close. Bakit nagnanam? What's wrong there? Yun. Thank you. Thank you, Christian. Dapat may negative tayo kasi parehong dapat yung isa dyan, outflow, no? So either I put negative here sa present value or negative sa future value. It doesn't matter for as long as dapat may negative sa kanya. Control Enter. Yan. 10%. I-copy natin hanggang baba. Future value is not 1 million. No? Sandali. Ito ba yung tinatanong? Wait, sino ba yung nagtatanong? Madeline, how did the FD become 1 million? Okay, are you referring to this? Are you referring to this? Yung 1,100,000?
Yes.
Okay, sige. Pakita natin ulit yung formula. This is the formula, di ba? Yung formula natin, ginamit natin yung FD, no? Una ang tinatanong yung rate. Rate natin is 10%. Kaso, kailangan natin i-adjust siya depende dun sa compounding period, no? So ito divide by 1. Dinivide natin dito para pag kinopy down natin, makakopy natin itong mga to. No? Tapos naman yung itong NPER, this one, NPER, it's 1 year. Gawin yung guys 1 year para pare-pareho tayo. No? Gawin nyo lang 1 to. 1 year. Kaso, we have to adjust that for the periods per year. Kaya minumultiply natin itong periods per year. Kasi pag semi-annually, 2 times mangyayari yung compounding. So kaya 1 times 2 yan. And then lastly, ito na yung this is the present value, which is 1 million. Okay, I hope that answered your question. Okay, sige. Thank you. All right. So, turn na natin to. Okay, so you notice guys, syempre pag mas mataas yung future value natin, mas mataas talaga yung yung rates, no? So that's what we call effective annual rate. Ang nominal, ang stated 10%, pero kasi nagko-compounding tayo ng more than once per year, okay? Tumataas yung natin, yung future value, tumaas yung future value natin. Therefore, ibig sabihin nun, yung effective rate natin mas mataas. Okay? How do we now compute for this? Yung effective rate ng perpetuity. Okay, this is equal to E. So formula to, no? E to the, yung interest natin, E to the I, okay, minus 1. Ayan. Control Enter. So it's higher. Okay, so lagyan na natin yung comment dito. Comment. Insert comment. So, effective rate for continuous compounding is equal to E. Hindi pwedeng caret, no? E to the I e to the I minus 1. Okay, so that's e to the I minus 1. So, finormal lang natin, e to the I minus 1. Okay, so you notice guys that indeed yung compounding, continuous compounding, mas mataas talaga yung ano niya. Mas mataas yung effective annual rate as compared to the others. Okay, pause. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Anything you'd like to clarify?
Sir, pwede po ulit pakita yung sa
You,
rate po ng continuous.
Okay, sige. Yung formula?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sulat ko lang dito tapos pakita ko sa inyo. Para makita niyo yung formula mismo. So this is E raised to the R or I minus 1. Okay, so let's show it. Yeah. So how do you do exponentiation in Excel? Exponential, it's EXP. EXP, then open and close parentheses to the R. So that's the same as E to the R. And then minus 1. Okay, any other questions, guys? Okay, thank you, thank you. Question dito. Dali some Christian. I used the rate for the continuous period po. I got the same answer as you when you use the sandali. ang question mo is okay, rate. Ito ba yung sinasabi mo, Christian? Rate tapos per natin sandali. Wait. Parang hindi ko na-get yung question. Christian, can you type yung formula na ginamit mo sa dito sa chat box natin para hindi ko yata makuha yung question. I use the rate for the continuous. I-copy paste mo yung yan, sige. Let's see this. Rate B70. Okay. All right, let's see Copy this, Control C. Ayan, palitan ko siya dito. Okay, ito yung ginawa ni Christian. Okay. Comma. Then B68, present value, fix. Although no need to fix kasi hindi naman natin dinag. Comma C80. C80. Okay, let's see. No? So ito yung oo. NPER, no? NPER is 1 year. Tapos walang PMT. PV PV is 1 million. Tapos okay. Tama. Ang ginawa ni Christian, okay. B68, negative B68, hindi. Dinag down na lang yan, no? Drag down. Okay. That's correct, no? Kasi ang tinitingnan lang naman natin dito yung future value at saka present value. Thank you, Christian, for your comment, no? What I did was just to show you the technical formula, no? Technical formula for computing for the returns kung ano siya, kung effective rate kung ano siya, kung continuous compounding. So sabi natin exp to the r, okay, minus 1. This is actually the formula. Kung gagamitin lang natin yung exponentiation, no? We're getting the same. But of course, dun sa rate function natin, pwede nating i-copy down to kasi yung mga parameters pareho naman. No? Lolo ko tong ano ka. Dali lang ha. My Excel is acting very strangely. Ayan. Okay, so I hope that's clear, guys. It was obtained two ways. Either dinaglan natin dito or we use the e to the r minus 1. Okay, actually, okay, ano to? Yung formula niya, ito. No? So the formula to compute for the effective annual rate is 1 plus the nominal rate divided by the periods per year raised to the periods per year. Okay, so let's do that. Is equal to 1 plus the nominal rate. The nominal rate is 10%. I-fix natin to. Okay, divided by the periods per year raised to the periods per year. Okay, so that's the formula. If you are going to use the formula to get the effective annual rate, that's the formula. It's 1 plus the nominal rate divided by the periods per year raised to the periods per year. Enter. Okay, so sorry may minus 1 dapat. Minus 1. Okay. Ano ba ilinagay ko dito? Okay. Edit, comment. I forgot to put here minus 1. Minus 1. Dapat may minus 1 yan, class. Pakilagyan nyo na lang. Okay, so gawin din natin 4 decimal places. Copy down. Okay. Ito mag-error tayo kasi wala namang periods per year to. No? So pwede na rin natin dito ilagay ito. So let's transfer this here. Okay, questions, guys? So we get the same answer, no? Using the rate function in Excel, using the formula. Okay? So ito nga lang medyo na iba tong formula natin dito. All right. Then we can also use so pwedeng rate, pwedeng formula, pwedeng effect function. So there's a function here called effect. Okay? So we're asked for the nominal rate and then the number of periods per year. So nominal rate, 10%, if you fix natin, comma, number of periods per year, ito. So kindly check, guys. Effect. Yeah, you get the same answer. But of course, we can't do that here, no? Hindi natin pwede magawa yun sa ano sa... Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions?
Pwede po ulit makita yung para sa formula.
Sa effect?
Yung hindi po sir, yung sa formula po, yung sa gitna po.
Dito. Sige.
Sir,
Okay?
how did you get the formula for the continuous?
For the continuous, yung kanina, no? Yun na lang linagay ko kanina dito. No? Yung e to the I minus 1.
Ah, okay. Thank you, sir.
Iba yung formula niya. Bakit hindi natin pwede magamit to, guys? Kasi wala tayong periods per year dun sa continuous. No? Infinite to eh. Unless, pwede na natin approximate, lagyan nyo ng malaking ano. Kunyari, example lang to guys ha. Instead of infinite, I'll put there 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 billion kunyari, no? 1 billion. So if I use 1 billion there and then I copy this down, medyo medyo pareho, no? Okay? So ang ginawa ko, yung infinite compounding, I replace it with a very, very big number. Okay? So magagamit na yung formula na to. Kanina kasi hindi nag-work kasi walang ano dito, walang number, no? Now that I have replaced it with a very huge number, ibig sabihin, ang compounding yan, hindi lang 365, kasi infinite perpetuity. Okay? Pero ibabalik ko Yan. So ito yung formula natin kanina. E to the I minus 1. Okay. Thank you for your questions, guys. Any other question? Okay, sige. Tingnan natin ibang ano, no? Ito yung ginawa natin, di ba? Last Monday. Okay. Ito, it's the same actually, guys, no? Yung illustration lang to ng kanina. Pag sinabing compounding annual, once a year, once a period lang yung pag-compute ng interest. So ito, kinompute yung interest at the end of the first year, at the end of the second year, etc. Pag semi-annual naman, if you take a look at this, guys, ito yung first year, 2 beses nagko-compute ng interest, 2 beses nagko-compounding. At the second year, 2 beses ulit, etc. Pag quarterly naman, we know it's 4 times per year. So the more compounding there is per period, then the greater will be our future value. Or the greater will be our present value also. Kasi pareho yan. Pag mataas yung future value natin, it goes to show that mataas din yung present value natin. Relatively. Compared to, kunyari, kino-compare natin to si annual compounding versus semi-annual compounding. Pag kinuha natin yung future value nitong annual versus future value nitong semi-annual, mas malaki yung as shown a while ago, di ba? Ito, yung future value natin, semi-annual, mas mataas kaysa kay annual lang. Daily definitely mas malaki kaysa kay weekly. So the more compounding per period, guys, the greater will be your future value. Okay, so how about this, guys? Compounding, pareho lang to, no? Okay, so let's leave that first. Okay, then let's go to amortization. Ay, time na pala, no? May time na. Okay, so ganito na lang kasi it's almost time. Ayokong simulan to kasi mabibitin tayo, no? I just want us to check, for example, hanapin nyo nga guys yung pag-ibig amortization schedule. Tingnan natin sa internet. Pag-ibig. Let's come up with a practical, no? Pag-ibig amortization table. Okay, meron silang loan affordability calculator, for example. Housing loan. And hindi ito. Mas maganda dito eh. I'm looking for it. Is this the one? Okay. Tingnan natin to guys ha. Kunyari maglo-loan tayo sa pag-ibig, no? Let's say for 10 years or for 5 years, no? Ang interest daw 7.27. Ito, ano yung interest nito guys na binibigay? Is this annual? Guys, annual ba to? Yes, lagi yung... Okay, may sumagot. Okay, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Charles. Tama. Yung mga binibigay na interest, guys, yung mga stated rate, mga annual yan. Okay, so kunyari, hihiram tayo, no? Okay, ito. Terms of payment, 5 years. Okay, loan amount na dito, 300,000 lang kasi ito eh. So maghanap tayo ng ano, ng, asan na yung calculator nila? Ito. Pero babalikan natin to next, wala. Where's the calculator? Okay, housing loan computation. Meron silang online calculator eh. Saan na yun? It's not here. Okay, anyway, sige, it's anyway time, no? So we'll continue with this next meeting. So next meeting, guys, tapusin na natin tong time value of money natin. Okay? We'll be done with this and then we begin already with the next topic which is the concept of risk and return. So ang gagawin natin doon, magda-download tayo ng mga stock prices tapos i-compute natin how do you compute yung returns ng asset na yun. Then how do you compute kung portfolio siya? Then we'll compute for the risk also. Okay, so I hope you learned something this morning, guys. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead. Okay, yung magpapacheck na attendance, kindly.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, salamat guys, salamat.